Pretending like the paparazzi, they just take a picture. Yeah, that might be a little bit.
Yeah, thank you. We're talking about cameras. Okay. Do you guys want to be in it?
Yeah? Wow, yeah. Yes, we are. As her manager, I have to make sure she does these things. But it turns out I'm dedicating her one.
Morning. Is there some sort of thing?
Yeah. 1:30. Love it. Thank you.
There, you see, those are places.
Oh, right.
But those ones, they're not normally like the kind of, and not going to look the way on the picture.
Let me get my distance. What do you say? Midnight. I totally forgot to tell you.
That's okay.
Yeah, so you can just do that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no problem. Hello team, we're still in heatwave mode, hence the t-shirt and shorts all day long. It's great. Today was actually more bearable than yesterday. Yesterday was like what that feeling when you walk off a plane, and the novelty is great of that like warm air. But then after a while you're like, oh, so there's no breeze or wind and everything feels quite dry and stale. That wasn't the case today. It was just pretty glorious, but that's neither here nor there. I wanted to show you a dish that I've made for the first time. It's spelled M-U-J-A-D-R-A, a Lebanese dish with bulgur wheat, cumin, green lentils, and 2 whole onions, which you caramelize for quite some time. It is very tasty. I've also made some yogurt and garlic dip to go with it. Hopefully the recipe will be in my reels and shorts if I feel confident enough to edit and post it, because as you'll soon see, it's not necessarily a looker, but it tastes great, and you can't always translate the image and taste combination of something. But anyway, let me give you a glimpse. Topped it off with some fried onions as well, just to add a bit of crunch, as it's lacking that sort of crunch texture at the moment. That was such a pathetic. This wouldn't be a weekly vlog without a sighting of baby birds. Am I right? I just find them so cute and need to capture them every time. So the idea for this is a little outro for this vlog, because I realize you've seen very little of my face. And I've done very little talking at the camera, which sometimes you need to reel it back in a little bit. But I am filming in what is sort of busy park, so this will be an in and out sort of situation. Okay, we're back in. I wanted to quickly touch on Brighton, which I was at over the weekend just gone, and I'm going back actually for a day trip tomorrow, so there will be snippets of food from there again, back and forth. Anyway, Brighton, as expected, was great for food. I would say there was some slight disappointments. Some of the places we went to, we knew the standards were average, and obviously then you experience less disappointment. But one of the places we went to for breakfast was this bakery near us in Camptown called Coffee Story. Now, I documented this on my Instagram before I'd eaten the food. That was a mistake. But then I also filmed and had some reviews and verdicts of those goods on here as well. But in short, everything from there was dry. It's remarkable, because looks can truly be deceiving, and you'll maybe see it from the footage. I mean, everything looked good. The toppings on the cakes looked amazing. It was just like a bounty of stuff. However, I would entirely skip it and erase that if I could. Okay, where was I? So, Coffee Story. Massively deceiving. Not good. Yeah, maybe, you know, if we had just tried one thing and it was dry and then the rest was great, amazing. However, all of it was dry. I'm talking the cinnamon roll, the cake, this savory wild garlic and feta roll. That wasn't dry per se, but like the flavor was so average. And, you know, it's a blessing and a curse that I've tried really great bakeries with great flavors, because when I do go to something like this, I'm just very disappointed. So maybe that's the curse side of things. I don't know. It's very much a first world problem, I appreciate. But on the plus side, the very, very best meal and one of the best Mexicans I've had was Jalisco. Jalisco was so good. Spicy margarita was good. The standout dish was the beef birria taco, which as soon as I touched it, the cheese must have like newly been melted on the taco, and as soon as I touched it, it kind of burnt me a little bit, but I was like, it's too good not to continue eating it. Amazing flavors, and obviously came with like a consomme / gravy that you dip in. So good. Hello team, I'm back home. I couldn't hack it. I couldn't do it in the park. There were too many people around. But I'm home and I have a glass of wine to celebrate the end of the working week. And thought I would jump back on to hopefully finish this outro. But yes, I think when you saw me last, I was talking about Coffee Story. No, Jalisco. Jalisco was great. Yeah, really loved it. High recommend. Really good value for money as well. What else was great? Also, the first stop actually we made was to this cafe / it's not a bakery, but they have baked goods in, called Loam. Would recommend that as well. It's very close to the station, so you can do what we did, go straight there from the train station. I should also say that the train journey from London to Brighton is a mere 1 hour, and it's so worth it. It's not even that expensive. I'd highly recommend that as well. But yeah, back to Loam. I had a peanut butter and chocolate cookie sandwich. The peanut butter in the middle of that was like creamy, but not too much. It was delicious. The person I was with got a carrot cake tart, which, to be honest, I wouldn't have thought that those two textures go together, cake and tart. But it was less of a cake. Hard to explain, but it didn't feel dry at all. And actually, as I'm saying this, I'm now comparing what we had at Loam to Coffee Story. If Coffee Story even attempted that carrot cake tart, it would be a failure. I mean, given that their cakes were as dry as sawdust, imagine if they tried a cake on top of a tart. Yeah, not good. And then, aside from Loam, we also tried a great wine bar called Plateau. Really lovely, amazing stained windows. I mean, I know this isn't what this vlog is about decor, but generally atmosphere, obviously, you know, really contributes to the experience. The atmosphere was great. They had a vinyl DJ afterwards. I wanted to stay there for much longer than we did and would definitely go again. Had a delicious orange wine. Yeah, really great place. And their small plates, from what I hear, are very tasty as well. Aside from Plateau, I stumbled upon this another great wine bar that was actually making toasties, and they smelled so good and looked so good. However, it was on the way to Jalisco, so I decided against getting a toasty. Great little wine bar, very hipstery. Essentially, you know, if we're talking about ambiance and decor, it was very particular, I guess, in there, in that, you know, there were cracks on the wall, you know, lots of imperfections, but the vibe in there was amazing. They also had live music at the beginning of the night, so I got really lucky there. And again, another wine bar that I would have spent a long time in, probably, if I had more time. The band that played it on air was really good, actually. I've included clips here. One of the musicians making noises with their cheeks, but it weirdly fit. Yeah, it was great. Just added to the ambiance, and really cool place. I think that's everything from what I can remember. If I remember anything else, I will do a last minute video tomorrow before I head to Brighton. But thank you for tuning into another one. This has been a bit of a jumble of, I forgot to mention the bakery in London called Toad. It's been on my list for so long. It's not even that far from me, but I haven't managed to go. Finally went, and it was delightful. If you live in London and are a foodie and follow bakeries, chances are you'll have seen them. So their sort of trademark pastry is this everything bagel croissant. When I say this is one of the best things I've ever tasted, I wouldn't be lying at all. And it was so good, in fact, that we went in for another one, which after a while you realize how much butter you've consumed and realize that maybe it wasn't necessary. Yeah, maybe a bit indulgent, but it is so tasty. At the core of it, there's a whipped cream cheese with dill, and surrounding that is this beautiful flaky pastry with everything bagel seasoning. So lots of onion and sesame seeds as well. Really delightful. Also had you'll have seen this in the footage as well, but asparagus and cheese, that was great. The pastry on that was insane. I just love like a multi-fold pastry, a well laminated pastry. Anyway, the visit to that bakery totally threw the average bakery in Brighton out of the water. And this is the thing, sometimes you can have such contrasting food experiences and dining experiences, but it makes you appreciate the really good ones. And this was one of those moments. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I shall cheers you goodbye. Does that even make sense? I don't know. Thank you for tuning into another one. Next month, it'll be a year since I've started doing these long form vlogs, which is kind of crazy, but it does mean that it's coming closer to the incentive I set myself, which is to get a proper vlogging camera. So you won't have this shaky footage for much longer, hopefully, and you'll have better resolution footage as well. More high def. And also I'll be less timid around filming in public, hopefully. Let's see. Anyway, thank you for tuning into another one. See you soon.